like cold November rain, like a man without a name, like a song without a refrain. That's how I feel without you. Like a door without a key, like a whale without the sea, like a hive without the bees. That's how I feel without you. But oh, how I miss being with you. And oh, how I wish it wasn't true. And oh, how I wish you missed me too. But I know there's nothing I can do, nothing I can do. I tried so hard to let go, writing poetry and rhymes just to get you off my mind. It's either yes or it's no. I'm not a yo-yo on a string that you flip and twist and swing. I'm not gonna vibe tonight, you don't get everything you like, cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight, you don't get everything you like, cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, second guessing your words, cause you choke right when I see that you're all I really need. But if I'm honest, I know this whole thing has been a sign that I'm running.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Ngumala. I do hope that you join us by clicking that red subscribe button on the bottom. That is if you enjoy the content that I serve in this channel. And also don't forget to smash that like button, because it is the one big way that you show support and you help us to reach more people. And also another thing that I would like to ask from you guys is I would love to put faces to the people that watch my videos, that like my videos, so that we can build that family thing, man. You know, as much as I know that you guys show up and watch my videos and like them, but I also like to engage with you more. I would like to talk to you guys more. And so please leave a comment down on the section below telling me your thoughts about your finances, your plans for the month of July. Are you doing your research? And also anything that you would like to chat about on the comment section, just please make sure that you leave me a comment down below and just keep it friendly. Your thoughts are always welcome, so long as they are not mean. So let us get into the point of this video. Today we are talking about my monthly reset. Basically, we are going to be going through my monthly reset, which is for July. But before we get into the month of July in terms of the goals that I'm setting for July, as well as the budget for July, I think it's important that we reflect on June, the month of June. How did it go? So first things first, month of June didn't go well, and I did share with you that emotionally I was just not feeling okay. That's just one of the things. But then when it comes to my finances, guys, some things happened in June that kind of shook me to the core and made me feel unsettled. And so what are the things that happened in the month of June? So the two things that happened, first one is I was defrauded. So someone got access to my banking details, and not just my, you know, the typical thing where someone steals your card. I still had my card in a safe place. I don't carry that card anyway. I don't, because I don't use it anyway. Like, I don't swap with it. I don't use it anyway. So it's always in my wallet at home in a safe place. Because as you know, you guys, I carry my cash binder with me. And normally in that cash binder, I carry one card, which is my transactional card, which I get paid on, which is the Capitec card. So I got defrauded on the F&B account. one of my cards. So on FNB account, I've got a business account and I also have a personal account. So I got defrauded on the personal account, and as I said, someone got access to my banking details, my banking information. And my idea is, based on the person, based on the transactions that went out in that card, I can tell that it's someone from overseas and someone in America or somewhere in the Western world, because they were making transactions, paying for federal electricity, all that stuff. And all I know is there's one state that I know, or one country that I know, that uses such phrases such as federal, and that is in America. But I may be wrong. But all I know is it wasn't something local. I don't think it was anything local, because the first time they tried, it bounced, and I got charged international charges. So there are different charges. There are local charges that you get charged when a transaction bounces or when it declines, and then there are different charges that you get charged when charges bounce from an international transaction. And so I could see that it was more like, it made it clear, like FNB explains it when it's an international charge. And so at first, when FNB sends me an SMS, and says, we are picking up these things on your account. Are you aware of this? Do you know these transactions or not? So I said, I don't know these things. And first they bounced in it because there wasn't money. And so I thought that because I responded to FNB and I said, I do not know these transactions, I thought they were going to take it seriously and actually start investigating. But they did not. And so when I got paid, I transferred money into my FNB account, as I do each and every month. And guys, please know, and I know that some of you guys are going to say, well, Jennifer, you're not supposed to do that. Like, the moment you see such things, you need to do something. I didn't know that. This was my first encounter with being defrauded. And so I transferred money into my FNB account so that I can pay for things, so that I can pay for my my subscriptions and all this stuff. You know what happened? Immediately when I put in money there, the following day, the person went again and did the same thing, where they tried to pay for this federal water thing and also used Apple Pay using my banking details, and they took majority of the money that I had transferred in there to cover my monthly costs that go out of FNB. That, guys, really messed with me. And not that I didn't have money. Like, as much as you may have money, no one likes to be frauded, guys. No one likes anyone to come into their bank account, into their home, steal and take what is yours, or something that you have worked so hard for. No one likes that. And so that really did mess up with my mind. And that was in the beginning of June. So when I saw those transactions, I immediately called FNB, and they told me that they're gonna have to cancel the card and I'm gonna have to get a new one. So that's what we did, and they're investigating. I haven't gotten my money back. I'm hoping that I'm going to get my money back. So that's the first thing that happened. Second thing that happened later on in the month of June is I was busy with applying for my daughter's grade 1 applications. As you guys know, that in Gauteng you have to apply online, and there are certain documents that are needed. So one of the proofs that were needed is proof of residence, and they wanted from the municipality. Guys, since I bought this property in 2020, it got registered, and then there was someone who was helping me with the registration of rates with the municipality, but I never heard from them. They never came back to me to say, okay, now you are registered. I was not receiving statements from the municipality to say that this is how much you have to pay for rates. And mind you, I relaxed about this. I didn't really take it seriously, and that is because with my body corporates, I already pay for portion of the rates. If you hear any sounds, it's the kids outside. I'm so annoyed. I am so freaking annoyed right now. So, as I said, I have not been paying for this. I had not even went to the municipality to check. And mind you, when my property got registered, it was during the lockdown, the heavy lockdown. And so you couldn't go to the municipality during those times. And even when the lockdown was lifted, I just didn't think about this. So this time around, I was forced to go to the municipality. I went to the municipality's offices to check if my property is registered under my name and how much do I owe. So I went there, and when they checked, they were like, okay, your property was registered a while ago in 2020. So that means that the person that was appointed to register my property did so, even though they never came back to me to say, well, it was done. But they said that it was done in 2020. And then because my property was registered in 2020 and I haven't been paying since 2020, this is how much I owe. So I found out that I owe 10 10,000 worth of municipality rates, guys, that I have to pay. So those are the two major things that happened in July. Now that we know those things that happened in July, let us get into how do I feel about the month. Not in July, sorry guys, I keep saying July, in June. So now let's get into how did I feel about the month of June? Like when I'm reflecting back now, how do I feel about the month of June? So the first thing that I know is the month felt very heavy. It was just one of those months where I couldn't wait for them to end. So emotionally, I was just going through my roller coaster. And then also financially, it was just not going well. So it was just a heavy month for me that I couldn't wait for it to end. The second thing is it just took me completely off my budget. When it comes to how, as you know, guys, I set my budget each and every month. But because of the things that happen when it comes to me being defrauded, as well as now finding out that I owe the municipality, it completely took me out of my budget, as well as throw in Father's Day in there. I did not budget for Father's Day. Throw all of those things in. It just messed with my entire budget for the month. June was just a month that I did not understand. It was just a mess. It was just a mess. Also, another thing that I now that I'm looking at it in hindsight is because of all these things that happened financially and all of these things that needed money, I felt like June was some sort of like a money sucker. You know those months where it just requires you to just keep paying. It was just one of those months. And also I blame myself to a certain extent to some things that I could have planned for. Like Father's Day. I could have planned for Father's Day, but I didn't budget for it. It was nowhere in my budget. But it ended up being something that I spend most of my money on. And so I do blame myself when it comes to that poor budgeting. Not being reflective of the things that are going to need money in that month, just because normally when I do my budget I keep it consistent and then there will be small variations there and there. I should have included that small variation of Father's Day in the month of June, but I didn't, and so that did mess up with my budgeting as well. Another thing is I do not feel as abundant. I've shared this in my previous videos, especially in May, how the month of May in the month of May I've just been feeling abundant. When it comes to my finances in my life, I've just been feeling that overflow. June, I was not feeling any overflow, you guys. I was not feeling abundant. There was a point whereby June, we were just taking it step by step and just going with the flow, because at that point my plans had went out the window. The things that I thought that I was going to do, couldn't do anymore. The things came up that shook me, that needed me to now reprioritize my finances. And so June ended up being a month whereby I was not feeling abundant. I was just taking it day by day. Now that we know what happened in June and how do I feel about June, now let's look at what did I learn in this month. So I'm just gonna keep it real with myself. I learned that as much as I love planning, I can plan all I want. There are certain things in life that I cannot plan for. There are certain things in life that I cannot foresee and thus plan for. I cannot plan for being defrauded. You never know when that's going to happen. And I never even thought that it was going to happen to me. It was just one of those things where I was just like, not gonna happen to me, you know. But there are certain things in life that you cannot plan for. As much as I'm a big planner, I vouch for planning, budgeting, sitting down, setting goals. There are certain things that you just cannot plan for, that will just pop up on you in life. That is just how life is. And that is what June taught me, that as much as I'm a planner, as much as I'm proactive when it comes to certain things in my life, especially my finances, there are certain things that I cannot plan for. I also learned that there are things that I can do better in. And I shared this in some of my research, I think beginning of the year, where I actually thought I planned that I wanted to be more intentional when it comes to how I set my budget, to make sure that my budget reflects that month in terms of if there are gonna be any special occasions in that month, that budget must then reflect those things that are gonna happen in that month. It must not just be, a standard budget that I normally have. And so in the month of June, I should have made it to be more reflective of the occasions that would have happened in June, but I did not. So those are the things that I learned in the month of June. The month of June, guys, had me on chokehold. chokehold. But you know what, I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that we are starting a new month. Now, speaking of the new month, let us get into the month of July in terms of our goals that I'm setting, as well as just reviewing, just looking at the budget that I'm going to be setting in the month of June.
I tried so hard to let go, writing poetry and rhymes just to get you off my mind. It's either yes or it's no. I'm not a yo-yo on a string that you flip and twist and swing. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, second guessing your words, 'cause you choke right when I see that you're all I really need. But if I'm honest, I know this whole thing has been a sign that I'm running out of time. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready.
So let's start with our goals. Now, when it comes to my goals in the month of July, it's going to be a little bit different, especially when it comes to my financial goals. I'm still gonna have my categories when it comes to my financial goals, personal, career goals, as well as social media goals. But then when it comes to my financial goals, I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I feel comfortable with. So what are the things that are going to be changing in the month of July for me? The first thing is my saving strategy. If you have noticed, when it comes to how I save in the previous month, normally I will say that, okay, I want to save this chunk of money, which then is broken down into different categories, like I like to diversify my savings and investments each and every month. I don't like to put my savings in one basket. You guys have a view of this because I normally share my budget with you. When it comes to my savings, there are a lot of things under there, and that is because I diversify my savings. So what I've decided to do is, since it's the last half of the year, and the things that I really want to do and actually buy, this big purchase that I want to buy, I've decided to change my strategy when it comes to savings and investment. A second thing that I'm also changing in July and going forward is I'm pausing my investments with equities. So normally I would say that I want to invest this much money on equities, and it's been a while since I did that because especially last month, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that. And so I've decided to pause on equities because already I'm investing through Frank. I'm also saving with Time Bank. I also have a stokvel. I feel like I do not need to strain myself into like prioritizing this other savings, this other investment platform, because I'm happy with the three. And so I've decided that I'm going to pause on equities until I feel comfortable enough to say, okay, now that we've built up so much nest egg when it comes to my emergency fund on Frank, now I can pause on that and just focus on investing with equities. But for now, I just don't want to spread myself too thin, and it's also just not working as well. I just need to be realistic with that. It is not working. There are months whereby I jump. There are months whereby I do not invest on equities, even when I have it on my plan that I want to invest on equities. But there are months whereby I just cannot do that, and so I need to be practical. I also need to be realistic with myself. So that is why I'm deciding to pack it. Okay, now that we have talked about that, let us get into the breakdown of my goals. So firstly, when it comes to my financial goals, as I said, I'm changing my strategy. However, I still have the main goal whereby I say in a month, this is how much I want to save in total. So in the month of July, I would love to save a minimum of 10k. So that is also going to be broken down in different parts, but not too much. It's not going to be broken too much. So I'm still going to have my emergency fund. I'm still going to have my child's education fund. I'm still going to have savings for her school fees. I'm still going to have those main three. Those three things are not going to change. They're going to remain constant. And then I used to have savings for a camera. Now we have a camera. I don't need to do that. I used to have savings for building fund, this, I'm not gonna have that. But I'm not gonna tell you the title of, like, it's going to be savings, but I'm not gonna tell you, I don't wanna say it here on the internet what I'm saving for. I just wanna keep it to myself and just work on it and just continue saving on it. I don't wanna jinx it. The things that I feel comfortable sharing with you guys, then when I share them, I don't feel like I'm jinxing them. And then there's certain things whereby where things that I really want, like, personal goals, things that I want to achieve, that I do not feel comfortable putting it out on the internet because I feel like I jinx it. The rest of the money that I'm going to be saving, which is I want to save a minimum of 7.5 in the month of July, 7.5k in the month of July, that's going to go towards this one main goal, this one main thing that I'm going to be saving on. And I want to save for this for the next 12 months. And I have my logic behind it. Once, maybe let's say, 8 months, 9 months, or maybe 12 months down the line, I'm going to come back to, I'm going to tell you guys when I'm comfortable, to say, okay, this is what I've been saving on. Or maybe I will tell you guys when I'm actually doing that thing. But for now, all I know, all I've said for myself, and all that I'm going to share with you guys is that I am going to be saving this large chunks of money in just this one goal, towards just this one goal. And I want to see how am I doing each and every month, because my strategy has been splitting the money. So I would say that maybe 3.5 on this one, I'll say 2,000 something on this one, and sometimes you do not see the progress because they're all just split, in different parts. And so what I've decided to do is to cut all of these things, which I am not gonna have now. I'm just gonna have this one big goal, and I'm gonna save towards that. Now, I'm not saying that when I'm saving towards that money is only gonna be used for the thing that I'm saving for, but I just want to see the money accumulate. That's what I want to do. And then also, if the things that come up that are needed on other things, this is money that I'm also going to tap into. So those are my financial goals. Now let us get into my personal goals. My personal goals stay fairly the same. So the first thing is move my body. That has to happen. I haven't been moving my body as much in the month of June, so that needs to happen in July. I have to fit it in somehow. And then the second thing is I need to get back to journaling. Guys, journaling for me is healing. Instead of going to a therapist, sometimes journaling just helps. So I want to pour my attention and focus into that. I want to pour my attention, I want to prioritize that again. Not that I want to journal each and every day. That is not practical for me. But at least once in a week, I need to do it. Yeah? And then let's get into my social media goals. Firstly, let me just say thank you so much, guys, for 13,000 subscribers on my channel. We hit 13,000, which was the goal for June. That by end of June, I would love to hit 13,000. We hit 13,000 on the 30th of June. And so thank you and welcome to each and everyone who just joined the channel and who is watching me. And you are new in this family, welcome. Would love to have you. If you are new, please leave a comment down below, letting me know your name, like just say hi, you are new, so that I can formally welcome you to the family. So we hit 13,000, and so my goal for July is to hit 14,000. I'm giving myself 1,000 subscribers a month. I don't want to give myself more than that. 1,000 subscribers a month, I feel like it is something that is doable for me right now in my YouTube journey. And then I would love for us to hit a mark of 4k. I would love for us to get paid 4,000 in the month of July. So how much did we get paid in June? In June I got paid 3,400 and something from YouTube, and so I'm hoping that in June we'll get paid 4k, but it's highly unlikely. But I still want to put it as a goal, because this is something that I'm working towards. Like, my goal is to eventually get paid 5k on YouTube. And then, so that is done. Now let's get into my career goals. My career goals, or basically my side hustle, career goals and side hustle goals, is I would love to finalize my CV templates my CV templates for you guys. So I've already started working on it. So it's not just gonna be templates, but I wanted to come with a guide in terms of just understanding how you go about writing a CV, the do's and the don'ts, and then giving you guys options when it comes to templates. And I'm gonna sell that in a package. I don't want to sell one template one by one. If I put it out for you guys, it will just be one package where you can pay this much, and then you know that from this you get a guide and you get various templates that you can choose from or that you can interchange as you keep applying. So that is what I'm currently working on, and I'm hoping to finalize it in the month of July. And then the second goal that I have under side hustle is to just book at least 10 CV gigs in the month of July. I did get a lot in June as well. I think maybe I got more than 10 actually. I think more than 10 CV gigs that I edited in the month of June. And for me, 10 guys is a lot. Editing one CV is a lot. I want to book a minimum of 10 CV editing gigs in the month of July. And I also want to be, I've decided that I need to start tracking the income for these things. Guys, I have not. Normally, I just give people my business account and they put money in there. I don't track that, okay, how many bookings did we have this week and how much did we make? And so I want to be more intentional about doing that, because this is money that's also going to feed into my savings and my ultimate goals that I have, you know. And so I want to start being more intentional. With that. Now that I'm done taking you guys through my goals, the things that I'm going to be working on in the month of July, I think that it's time for us to look at my budget. Now,
I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, you don't get everything you like, yeah. You don't get everything you like, yeah, 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 yeah. No. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready.
now, when it comes to my budget, I was thinking about July. What are the things that are going to happen in July? Like, what are profound things that might need money in July? And there are no birthdays in July. There are no significant holidays in July. There's no Mother's Day. There's no Father's Day in July. And so I think July is just going to be a normal month. However, when it comes to my savings, it's going to be reflective of my goals and what I intend to achieve when it comes to my financial goals. So when it comes to my income, it's the money that I get at work. It is the income that I make on YouTube, and then it's also the other. Now, I think that from August going forward, I'm going to start actually putting income for CV editing, but I want to first work in July, see how much money I make, and then that money is going to be part of August budget. So it's always going to, I'm not gonna pre-plan for it, because it's kind of a service where you cannot determine how many people you're going to get. Even though I have a goal that I would like to book at least 10 CV editing gigs, but at the end of the day, I do not know how much I'm going to get, because the packages that I offer, they vary. And also with me going to be launching with the CV templates packages, it's also going to vary. So I don't want to pre-plan that, but I do want to make sure that in the income that I make in July, that it goes into the budget for August. So that is my plan in August going forward. But for now, my income is just going to be those three things. And then when it comes to my savings, as I said, my emergency fund will still remain the same. My child's future education fund is going to remain the same, as well as her school fees is going to remain the same. And so normally those things is 1,000 for emergency fund is 1,210. For the future education fund it's 1,000, and then for the school fees it's 1,000. And so that is it when it comes to those categories of savings. And then the next savings that I'm going to have, as I said, I'm just going to have one big saving. I'm not going to split it up into different goals. I'm just going to have one, because I'm trying to save towards something. And also, it's not more than just savings towards something. It's also just teaching myself that this is how much money I might have to part with each and every month. And so I'm preparing myself. So if you understand those things, you kind of get a clue of what am I trying to save towards. But that's what's going to happen. So the next thing that I'm going to be saving on is that goal, so that chunk of savings. So my plan is to save, according to my budget, my plan is to save 7.5 in the month of July. We'll see how that goes. As I said in my reflection for June, that things you can plan as much, I can plan as much as I want, but there's certain things that I can just not plan for. So when it comes to the payment, when it comes to the municipal fees that I have to pay, I'm going to take you guys through a separate video of just how am I planning to deal with that. Actually, not even how am I planning, how I planned and how I executed, because I want to take you on that journey with that. So I'm going to have a separate video for that. And so right now for July, it's just going to be those standard things. So when you put all of those things together, it should be over 1,000 that I had, over 10,000 that I save in July. We will see how that goes. And then when it comes to the next thing is my YouTube expenses. Those stay roughly the same, so I'm not going to go over that. And then we have my weekly allocation. My weekly allocation are also going to remain fairly the same, even though in this month currently, because there are holidays, the first 2 weeks of July is just going to be chilled. And then when I get paid, then I'm going to be planning from the 15th of July until the 15th of August. So that is where I'm going to need more money. But then when it comes to my June budget and my weekly allowances, I only cash stuffed for week 1 and week 2. Week 3 and week 4 I didn't cash stuff for that, and that is because I'm just alone at home. My daughter's not around, and also I don't spend as much time here at home, and so I don't need money for living expenses here. So I didn't cash stuff for week 3 and week 4. But in July, halfway of July and August, I will be doing week 1 to week 4. Yeah, so yeah, that is it. And then when it comes to my expenses, I'm still saving a 1 month ahead. So it's been working very well for me, because I just take this money, and I put it on savings, and I wait for me to get the bill, and then I pay. So right now, as I'm filming this, I haven't gotten the bills for rates and levies, as well as my water and electricity. So what I'm gonna do is as soon as I get those bills, I'm gonna pay with the money that I saved when I got paid in July. And then when I got paid in June, gosh, yeah, you see, I'm so over June. So when I got paid in June, I took that money, I saved it. So when I get the bills for me to pay, I will take that money that I saved in June and I'm gonna pay. And then when I get paid in July, I'm going to save to wait for when I get the bill again. So that is how I remain 1 month ahead. Other things are going to remain the same. As I said, there isn't much going on in July that I'm anticipating there might be. When it comes to money that I may need, I think I'm okay with the month of July. Like my budget should be fine, but obviously things may happen. That's just life. So I'm gonna close off this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. As I said, leave me a comment down below letting me know if you have done your reset. What are the things that you're going to be doing, things that you're comfortable sharing, by the way, things that you're going to be doing in the month of July. How did you feel about the month of July? And also for new people that have joined this channel, please let me know who are you guys. Just say hi so that I can engage with you guys. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.
Tonight, you don't get everything you